that energy system, all energy systems are always in play, but we're always pulling on our oxidative system. It's just when we do high work output for greater than 1 or 2 minutes, that's the main energy system that kicks in, okay? So let's move on here to some practical application around programming, okay? So when it comes to programming, okay, we can choose any piece of equipment. Equipment is not what dictates what energy system you develop. What dictates the energy system is the time and the intensity or intent at which you apply to that piece of equipment. Everything is on the table. Sandbags, kettlebells, cross-training pieces of equipment, running outside, circuit training, resistance training. It all develops your energy system. It's a time-dependent and intent-dependent thing. Yes? We all agree on that? Okay, so everything is on the table, okay, in terms of equipment. So if we just look at some of the major, I suppose, types of training methods that we can use when developing specific energy systems. So the most common one is our long, slow distance, okay? This is where we're in a zone 2, zone 3, and we're continuously working for long periods of time. So you're talking 20 minutes plus, okay? And we're developing that energy system. So we're developing improved cardiac function, we're enhancing our capacity in our skeletal muscle, and we're increasing utilization of our fat burning ability or our fat burning source as fuel, okay? When we start to utilize long, slow distance running. Horrendously boring, okay, unless you're a runner, okay, unless that's your thing. Like I was an athlete for 10 plus years. I found this to be one of the most mundane, boring types of conditioning. I absolutely hated it. And I generally wasn't good at continuous long, slow distance running. But if we think about the best thing, not the best thing, but if we think about the most commonly used exercise method to develop aerobic capacity, it will be long, slow distance, okay? Then we have tempo training, okay? So tempo training. So this is again where we start to look at running at a specific tempo, okay, for a specific period of time, okay? So, we could say to the athlete that we want them, or the individual, the client, we want them running specifically at the top end of zone 3 for 10 minutes, okay? So you're asking them to perform a very specific tempo, okay, when they're performing this exercise, and this increases our lactate threshold, okay? So this is what really helps us push that obla further out that inflection point. Then we have interval training, okay? So we can do interval training, which is very aerobically based, which is our long distance interval training. So this is where we're asking someone to run for, if 3 to 20 minutes, so run specifically for a block of, let's say, 3 minutes, okay? And then they can repeat that a multitude of times. You can do 3 minutes on, 1 minute off, 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. We can also do short distance interval training where they're running for, let's say 30 seconds on, a minute off, 30 seconds on, a minute off. The difference is when they're doing shorter distances and the intensity is higher, they're developing their anaerobic system. When those time durations are longer, so 3 minutes plus, they tend to be developing they are developing their aerobic system, okay? So that's interval training. Just like we discussed with strength, okay? When someone comes in the door to us and we're working with them where they have a low training age, we can't jump straight in to interval type training or maximum intense training over here like we did, okay? HIIT training, as you call it, high intensity training. Why? Because early to ripen, early to rotten. They're not strong enough to perform the training. Yeah, they might get some very acute response from the training. It's only a matter of time before they pick up injuries or they stop progressing at that type of training. So we got to focus bottom of the table, bottom of the pyramid there, build their aerobic base through long, slow distance running, some strength endurance stuff. Then we can go on to their tempo stuff and then get into our more intense interval type training and our maximum effort hit training. Okay, so there's a chronological order to the type of training systems when it comes to developing energy system. Okay.